Yo, what's up everyone? This is Kaizouwar here, and I've been wanting to make a video about this for the longest time now, and now since the Guilty Gear Strive Season 2 is finally up, I felt this is the best time to talk about it. So, I like Guilty Gear Strive. I think it's a really fun game, right? Guilty Gear has always been a fun game, even with the more out there Guilty Gear games like Isuka and Overtor. I can find the fun in them, even if some other people can't, right? And Guilty Gear Strive is no different. Guilty Gear Strive is a very fun fighting game, and it's the biggest Guilty Gear game as of yet. It sold 1 million copies, a lot of people are getting into it, and that's really good. I've always wanted to see Guilty Gear reach more people, and it finally has through Strive. But Strive is not perfect. I will say that right now. Strive is not a perfect game. Now, I will say this. I have no issues with the gameplay of Guilty Gear Strive. I have no issues whatsoever. I've never really played a Guilty Gear game outside of maybe like Isuka or Dust Strikers where the gameplay felt off to me in some fashion. But those are just, side games that no one really, are going to take seriously, right? Guilty Gear Strive, I have no issues with the gameplay. The gameplay is perfectly fine, right? But it's the things around the game and, it's technically things in the game kind of bug me about it. Now, again, I think the gameplay is fine. I have no complaints about that whatsoever, but there are some things about Strive that do bug me, and I actually want to really talk about them. Now, this is something very minor that I'm surprised they haven't added in Guilty Gear Strive as of yet is character versus themes. Now, character versus themes have been a staple in Guilty Gear since Guilty Gear 1, with Kai and Soul's versus theme known as Conclusion. So, in every game, nearly every damn Guilty Gear game, there's been a character versus theme. Hell, even Overtor had it if you go against Soul and Kai, if you have the song Recoming, or if you have the same character themes, that kind of thing, right? Just versus themes in general, right? And ARCSYS has thrown it to other games like BlazBlue, which Daisuke also composed for, and hell, even other games outside of ARCSYS who have their involvement but aren't made by ARCSYS, like Under Night and Birth, have versus themes as well, which is actually pretty sick. But I'm surprised Guilty Gear Strive doesn't have them. It's so weird, and I guess I can kind of understand it. There are a lot of character themes that have vocals in them, and there's a lot of character themes in general in Guilty Gear Strive. There's a lot of work being put into it. So I'm not shocked, right? I am not shocked that there's not any versus themes in the game, but I really would love them because I really like when they have character versus themes. It really, when you listen to the music, it does have like this tension to it where these guys obviously have some tension towards each other. It could be, character themes who've friendly rivals or intense rivalry, Soul and Kai. Now that they're, working together, not, so heated towards each other now, I feel like a new character theme will be able to reflect that, right? Hell, I'm surprised that Soul and Asuka never got a character versus theme, or Happy Chaos versus Baiken, or Happy Chaos versus Asuka. There are so many characters in Guilty Gear Strive now that have relationships towards each other, which I'm generally surprised that Daisuke and his team have not greenlit character versus themes. Even after Strive has been out for more than 2 years now, I'm still shocked that character versus themes aren't in this game whatsoever. This one hurts me personally. So let me use the example of Guilty Gear XR. In Guilty Gear XR, they gave you the option to do something known as fishing. Basically, when you do fishing, you get a little character avatar and you go to a little pool and then fish up items that you can get in the gallery. But you also have the option to buy stuff in the gallery with your world dollars that you earn through various modes. You can earn them from online or just battling in versus mode, or you can earn a bunch of them going through arcade mode. And since arcade mode is only 8 fights, it doesn't take too long, right? The problem about Guilty Gear Strive is that it takes your ability to earn world dollars away in all the modes, right? Now, you can earn world dollars through the arcade mode, but only once, right? So back in XR, I could grind arcade mode again and again to earn about 3,000 world dollars a piece, depending on how well you do in the arcade mode. So that was a way I was able to unlock all the music in Guilty Gear Strive, right? Guilty Gear XR, my bad. So that was an easy, it wasn't easy, it was still a grind, but the fact that I have the option to do that was amazing, right? The problem in Strive is that the only way you can earn world dollars is you have to beat the arcade mode once. You only get one chance to do it, right? You don't get that many world dollars anyway, and you have to grind online. Those are the only two ways in the entire game you can get world dollars, and I think it's incredibly disappointing, right? You don't even earn world dollars from doing story mode anymore, which is weird because you could back in XR, and they gave you the ability to earn more world dollars if you went through the other episodes of the story mode, which is insane, right? In Guilty Gear XR, you can grind for world dollars. Like in just regular versus matches, you can earn world dollars. It wasn't much, but you can still have the option to do so, right? But in Strive, no. The only way you can get world dollars consistently is play online. And I am not a fan of that. I don't have issues playing online, but I have issues with that being the only way I can earn the in-game currency, right? And the worst part about it is, right? The worst part about it is that most of the stuff I want to unlock the game is the music, right? I want to unlock the music. I love Guilty Gear's music, right? I want to hear all the character themes from past games and games we have today. The worst part about this is that all of it is relegated to the fishing mode. You don't even have the option to buy it in the gallery, which bums the hell out of me because I have no idea why they did such a thing when it worked so well in XR. And even worse about that, not only is it locked, but like they threw a bunch of random ass story mode themes that you can't even listen to during battle. So like you can, if you want to fish up some character themes, you might just pick up some damn story mode themes that you can't even do anything with, that no one, frankly, cares about. So that also is just like they bloated the. They did an update where they separated the gallery, like the gallery items you can get, the customization items you can get for the lobby avatar, and they also separated items where you can get the digital figures. So that was a good update, but they didn't do anything to mitigate the problems that I have with this, like the whole fishing thing, like I don't know why they locked that away when they were, again, when they have you have the option to fish in XR. It's not that bad, right? You can fish up the shit, or you can just get the world dollars that you can earn continuously and then unlock them in the damn gallery mode yourself in case you don't want to do the hit, in case you don't want to do the fishing. You know, and on top of that, they give you a hefty amount of world dollars in that game, right? But like the fact that all the music is just stuck in the fishing, which means if you don't grind continuously online and get lucky in the gacha pool, you're not going to get all the music, which personally bums me out because that's the only thing I really want from the gacha pool. I honestly don't care about the fan art. Not fan art, my bad. I don't care about the official art. I mean, I do, but I don't really care that much. Like, honestly, I really wish they just gave you like a separate gacha pool for music. I would be okay with that. Even if I pulled up duplicates, they give you the duplicates in the form of the fish, I would be okay with that if the fishing was just the music, right? But no, your lobby avatar customization is locked in there, which is, I don't like the lobby avatar stuff anyway, so that's also just a waste. But yeah, I'm not a fan of that. Not a fan of the fact you can't earn world dollars in either modes outside of online anymore, and I'm just not happy with the fact that the music is relegated to there. Again, the music's the only thing I care about in the gacha pool, and the fact that and there's so much music in there now. With all the characters in there, all their character mode theme, like all the character themes get into there, right? You got Oscar that comes out. Oh wait, his theme from Overture, the band, is in the fishing, but you have to fish it up. When Jacko, she gets in the stride, oh, she has Juno from She has Juno from Guilty Gear XR. You gotta fish that up, right? All the Souls themes from the previous games, gotta fish it up. All of Kai's themes, gotta fish up. All that shit. I'm happy they're there, but it's just, why? Another thing that I'm surprised they haven't added in Stride after all this time has been instant kills. Honestly, I'm not too shocked that they still haven't added instant kills yet because they probably had to animate a lot of extra stuff in order to do so. I don't know if they're ever going to add instant kills back. I'm sure they notice that people have been wondering why instant kills and character versus themes haven't been in the game yet. I assume that when Guilty Gear Strive gets its inevitable updated, version, which every fighting game has one, we already know that Guilty Gear Strive is no different, right? Look at all the games XR had, look at all the games XX had. Every fighting game these days has an upgraded version. There's no exception, right? Not every fighting game, but nearly everyone, right? So I assume that when Season 3 comes around, I don't know if Season 3 is going to be like a whole new thing for Stride, like a whole new game, or if it's just going to be a Season Pass, right? But if they do, I hope they do add instant kills back. I don't know what they would look like, But I hope they do. I like seeing the insta kills, and that would be a new game. That'd be a new move for other characters to use in the game, right? So that would be great. You know, more options is always fun. Even if you're not always, even if you're not always going to use the insta kills, the option is there. So I hope to see them. You know, especially with the characters as of Guilty Gear now. There's a lot of characters we would never see an insta kill from, like Giovanna or Asuka or Happy Chaos. You know, those characters we've never seen them ever have insta kills ever. So it would be nice to see what theirs would be. Now, another thing I am not shocked that's not in Strive is MOM mode, or as everybody likes to call it, Mom mode. It was a sort of RPG mode that Guilty Gear had back in XR and XX. And I'm not shocked that's not in Strive. But I think the one thing that kind of bums me out about Strive is that it has no single player content. It has something, but it doesn't have anything, right? It really doesn't have anything. Yeah, arcade mode's a given, right? But the arcade mode is structured weird. I don't like the fact that it throws you in hard mode automatically. I would have preferred if arcade mode was kind of like with BlazBlue or DNF Duel, where you could select your difficulty before you get in and select the difficulty as you go. I would prefer that. But Guilty Gear Strive wanted to be cute and start you out in hard mode, and then, you know, obviously go to extreme mode. I'm not a fan of that. I really wish you could just choose your difficulty gradually instead of just throwing you into the hard mode. I don't like that. And survival mode is survival mode. No one gives a shit. I don't know. I don't care. I honestly don't give a shit about survival mode. I never gave a shit about survival mode games. But I would prefer if Guilty Gear Strive had more single player content. I think that's probably my main issue. It just doesn't have anything. Like, all other Guilty Gear games aren't like known for their single player content, but XR really had something, right? It had, like, you know, good amount of content. And yeah, granted, Strive had added back digital figure mode and that kind of stuff. They can give you a combo maker, but I don't know, man. I just really wish Strive had more modes so I can like play the game like without going online all the time. Because honestly, I don't want to go online all the time, right? I just want to play the game without having to go online and fight other people. Sometimes I do that. That's why I buy so many fighting games. I have so many goddamn fighting games. And I don't have to go online with most of them if I don't want to, right? I can just goof around in the versus mode or goof around in other mode. And at least in those other modes, I get something, right? If I play BlazBlue Central Fiction, if I do the score attack mode, at least I get some in-game currency for it, right? But in Guilty Gear, I don't. Right, and that sucks. Or if I play Dragon Ball FighterZ, I played the arcade mode of that game. It's not really much of an arcade mode, but at the very least, I get some in-game currency or something for it. You know, that kind of thing, right? Or if I play Dead or Alive, right? If I play this arcade mode, I get a costume. That kind of thing. You know, just that. I just want something, right? I think the whole argument about MOM, I probably skewed off of that. Some, you know, going to extreme consciousness kind of bullshit with this, but I swear to God, Strive needs more single player content. It's something, right? They're never going to add it. I know that for damn sure. They're not going to add anything new to this game. Not single player wise. They're never going to add anything like that. I've accepted it. It's stupid, but whatever. This game needs more things to do, right? It sucks. Strive is such a fun game, but I'm so bored of it. That's the worst part about it it's like DNF Duel. The game is fun, but there's nothing to do with it outside of online, and I hate that. But yeah, I think those are all my main sticking points with Guilty Gear Strive. Again, as I said before so many times in this video, the game is fun. I have nothing wrong with the actual gameplay of Guilty Gear Strive. I think the gameplay is the one thing keeping me playing the game, other than the visuals. But I'm not really much of a visual person, but Guilty Gear Strive does look amazing, right? It's an amazing game. They brought back an English dub, which is awesome after XR's Revelator didn't, and XR Rev 2 didn't have it. I'm happy about that. I'm happy with the things they added in Guilty Gear Strive, right? Like all these new vocal character themes, new colors, English dub, like the new story mode to see what, you know, Soul and the gang are up to again. You know, just, I like the things they added in Guilty Gear Strive, but I don't like the things they never did add so far. Now, granted, we're only in Season 2. Season 3 could easily add all this shit back, and this video could be mega dated, but ARCSYS' track record tells me no, right? Like, ARCSYS' track record tells me no. So I'm not holding my breath. Like, they would have to change the whole game to add all the shit I've talked about in it, and I don't think they're ever going to do that. They're just going to add more characters, and then once they're done doing that, they're going to move on to the next Guilty Gear game, right? And I'm not shocked about that. I really miss the days, and I hate saying this because I feel older than I am now, but I miss the days when they actually just gave a shit and put modes in the game. I think that's why I value Street Fighter 6 so much right now, because they put fun in the game. They put fun back into these fighting games again, right? Again, fighting game, fun. Or things around the game, not fun. I want the whole game to be fun, right? I want to make it feel like the money I spent on this game was worth it, right? And Guilty Gear Strive is not worth the price tag. Now, granted, they dropped it in, so, it's worth it now. But hey, if you really don't give a shit about anything around Guilty Gear Strive outside the fighting, yeah, I highly recommend it. I definitely recommend it. The game looks amazing. The gameplay's fun. I don't have no issues with that whatsoever. But if you're looking for a game with single player content or a game you can play outside of online all the time, I highly recommend you play a game like Chaos Code, Street Fighter 6, definitely play that game. Those two I highly recommend. Melty Blood, Type Lumina. Those games, those three so far have, like, BlazBlue Central Fiction, right? Those 4 games I mentioned have so much content outside just the game itself that you can sink your teeth into. They have gallery stuff you can unlock. You can, just goof around with the characters in versus mode, other modes. You can earn, like, in-game currency. You can, buy stuff in the game, like colors and stuff, and voice line announcements, secondary modes, lore-related stuff, that kind of thing. Just extra shit you can do around the fighting, right? I highly recommend those 4 games if you don't want to go in the Guilty Gear store. Or, hell, Guilty Gear Xrd Rev 2. I recommend that too because, hey, the Steam version got rollback now. If you have Steam, definitely check out XR if you haven't tried it out yet. So those 5 games, and they can all be played on PC. So yeah, definitely recommend those too. So yeah, without further ado, I'll see y'all next time. Peace out, everyone. I gotta go. I'm burnt out.